double it up. Okay. Double the buckets and double the Dutch. Double it up.
What is he doing?
Doubling up.
What is we doing?
Doubling up.
What is he doing?
Doubling up.
And welcome. Hello. We don't have all the dramatic clapping that we usually have. Woo! Yeah, thank you. I finally feel like Nori here. Anyway, drink champs up here. No, anyway, how's everybody doing today?
Fantastic. Good.
To all our folks tuning in, you are listening to the Monster Cast. Recognition and respect, bringing back Graciela, but now we got Brianna in the house, and I'm gonna let them introduce themselves formally. Yes, let's get a little applause. Yes. Beautiful.
Woo! Go ahead.
No. We're not done.
Okay.
Still did introductions.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I apologize.
She went 100 to 0 real quick, scene. No, anyway, this is brought to you all by Merchant Media Productions, currently in Shneaky Entertainment Studio. That's why you got the backdrop over here. And yeah, here we are, MMUp Clan, Shneaky, the misses in the houses, and I'll just throw it off now to Gracie. Go. Introduce yourself.
Hi, guys. Good evening. It's nice to be back. Thank you again, Ryan, for having us.
You have to get closer.
Oh, is this better?
Yes. Just the all up in it. My
name is Graciela Rodriguez. I am originally from the Southeast Los Angeles region, and I have moved on thanks to you guys and all the votes as Miss Nevada at this year's Miss United States.
Woo!
When you say by people, you mean People's Choice, right? That's what you're talking about?
People's Choice, yeah. Thank you for all the votes. For those of you who don't know, part of the pageantry is to fundraise and see how much money we can fundraise for this specific nonprofit. In this case, it's Blankets of Love.
Blankets of Love?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And,
which is?
It's one of the bigger charities, nonprofits that donates to animal shelters.
Oh, okay.
So it's really precious,
And
you know?
they're local in LA, I believe,
Mhm.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to have to speak, Brie, into the...
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. I know you want to look at her, but you're going to have to direct it to
You're
the
so
people.
beautiful. Why wouldn't I want to look at her? Yes, it's. I believe that charity is here in LA. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And now that you're speaking, let's introduce our guest.
Yeah.
All the way from far San Diego.
Woo, San Diego. Yes, I'm Brianna Kemwell. I'm from San Diego. I represented San Diego at the Miss California United States pageant this year. And that's where I met my beautiful Graciela. I love this girl. What funny story. I was telling my girl on the way up here, I said, she was the first girl that reached out to me. You added me on Instagram, out of all the girls that were competing. I was like, oh, how sweet. And then I was looking at your stuff, and I was like, let me reach out to her. I'd love to tell her how excited I am to meet her.
And then it turns out you knew her.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, and we were talking before you got here because you were late. We had time to talk because you were late.
That is the first time I've ever been late.
So I'm going to call you out because I never want to see that again because that's not the Graciela I know. That's not the one.
Dude, I've shown
Who
up
are you?
20,
Who are
30
you?
minutes early.
Who are you?
Yeah.
What have the aliens done with my friend? Because my friend would have been here yesterday.
I forgive you, though. Yep. It's okay.
No. So I was under the impression that we actually had the same friends in common, and we don't. So we don't even know that. Turns out it's even more random that we met that night. So
Exactly. Yeah. Well, because we met at some party many moons ago.
That I was DJing.
How many moons ago?
That was
2014?
14? Yeah, 2014.
That's 8 years ago.
And I was DJing, and it was it was a house party, and it was far from where it was a deep San Diego, East. They call it East County. Was that East County? No.
It was it was kind of by the college area, no?
Oh, yeah. It was by the SDSU area,
uh-huh.
University area, yeah.
Yeah.
But it was far from my little bubble in La Jolla.
You were still in college at the time.
Yes, that's how I met the folks that invited me to DJ through college, and I was under the impression that they knew each other, and she was like, I didn't
even know the people who owned the house.
How powerful. So this is just all kismet, and you know what? That's just how I work. People call me being corny or cheesy or a tree hugger, but This is divine.
There's no such thing as a coincidence.
Oh, no.
No such thing as a
In
coincidence.
Spanish, you call them diosidencias.
Oh, I like that.
What is
I like that.
English, please. I'm sorry.
English, you're good. So,
Latin
it's
heritage, brother.
divine in
I know. I'm the
Sorry, go
worst.
ahead.
It's a wordplay on Dios. You know, Dios means God.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of coincidencia, you say diosidencia, which basically is divine.
It's like saying
divine meeting. A
the
divine.
direct translation would be like a God coincidence, like a God coincidence, a God coincidence,
Interesting.
a God kadink.
Coinkadink.
Yeah.
It was like
God
it was
Yes,
like
yes.
a God kadink.
I
Lord
love
Kadink.
that.
We'll
I
come
love
up with
that.
it. We need to coin
It's
it.
not-
We're coining
It'll
it.
come.
It sounds way
Hey,
better
if you're in the
Spanish.
chat, if you're in the
Yes,
chat,
yeah.
don't steal our ideas. We're working on them
It's
still.
trademarked.
Oh, actually, we already.
Oh, we got
trademarked
Buvit
it.
up here. We got Diane in the chat. Barlos, what up, Barlos? Barlos in the chat. So we got people watching, y'all. That's crazy, right? Woo!
Excellent.
So the reason why I wanted to bring y'all is because I had already had Gracie on the show, and we were doing like a little primer on pageants and the misconceptions, and then we were also trying to do some like last minute fundraising and promotion and all that,
Yes, yes, yes.
videos. We were like in it, right? I was like, let's get you to the next level, and. She came, she saw, she conquered,
Heck yeah, she did. I don't
And then
expect anything less.
I found out y'all knew each other, and I was like, wait, duh, because when I met you, you were like, I'm Miss San Diego.
Oh yeah, I was like
forever.
no, I was a different title holder,
was
but
it,
yeah.
It was El Cajon, or it was something
El
else?
Cajon, yeah.
All right.
Mhm, El
She
Cajon.
said so. She was Miss something, and I was like, oh shit, my bad. And I'm like DJing, and like she's the only person dancing, and I'm like, you're cool. Anyway, so I was like, wow, I know two people in the pageant world, and you won, and that you all just competed. So like, why not bring y'all back, and we'll do like round 2 of pageants, maybe some recaps. I
Yeah.
couldn't be there because had a crazy freaking
But
weekend.
you were there the whole step of the way.
But I
man.
saw photos and videos. You look stunning. Everybody looked stunning.
Everyone
The
looked
event
great.
looked dope.
It was so
I was
much fun.
bummed. Turns out a bunch of people went that I knew. And I was like, oh, you were there? Oh, that would have been cool. Whatever.
You said
know?
you were in San Diego that weekend, right? Because you had reached out to me. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
It's because they couldn't handle all of us together.
That's it.
Oh, lightning would have struck or
SD
something.
would have been like, started sinking and shit.
They can't handle all this awesomeness at once.
in LA.
The tsunami would have came. Like, would have been like, fuck, I knew we shouldn't have hung out. Shit, this always happens. No. So let's talk about it. Congratulations. What was your experience? Highlights, favorite moments? Give us that. Both of you. Those are the things I want to hear first. Highlights, favorite experiences, and like key moments.
We'll start with highlights and then we'll just switch it
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
Highlights are always, it never gets old. It's the people you meet. I tell my dad all the time, my dad never wanted me to join these things because he's like, I don't want to see you lose. And I'm like, Dad, it's fine. I'll
Losing's part of
survive. Yeah, you got to teach me to fail. No, but the people you meet, man, is what I tell my dad all the time. I'm like, Pa, it's not about the crown. It really is about the. We already. I'm like, I looked at my dad. I'm like, Dad, I already wear a crown.
I'm already a queen.
Dad.
Period.
So definitely linking up with her and seeing her go live that morning. Really, you know how I logged into your live.
Yes, you were watching. I was just getting ready. yeah.
Just
that was
so
fun.
real, the real people. That's definitely a highlight for me, and the makeup artist that I connected with, the Latina makeup artist.
I remember.
right?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah. Mhm.
So that was really a takeaway for me for sure.
Let me piggyback off of that. Same answer. It's just the people. And remember the girl who was providing all the jewelry for us? I was talking to her before the pageant, during the pageant.
You helped her
after.
set up, dude.
It was so much fun, and I mean, without having that,
Isn't
like,
that what real royalty
Royalty
does?
is exactly.
Service.
it was just fun to meet all these new people. And the makeup artists, I had to do the photo shoot beforehand for my headshot for the program. And I was talking to her. She was really cool. And the lady at the spray tan. That was the first time I ever got a spray tan. Me and her were vibing. I was just like, yeah, it's my first time ever. And we were just,
Where'd you get it?
cool. It was the Sunless tan.
In Torrance.
They had a station at the hotel.
Oh, so you probably met the owner.
Oh, was that the owner?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, Yeah.
Maybe more than likely. But
yeah.
Not to be a hater, but how tan did they tan you? Because you're kind of like on the
Yes,
lighter side.
Exactly. So
like,
that's what I was very,
how,
very.
Like,
I was very,
how
very.
orange were you not?
I was very afraid that they were gonna make me like an Oompa Loompa or something, because I mean that's all you see is like botch, like spray tan stuff, you know. And I've never had one before, and so I'm like, you know what, California, let's go all out, let's do it. You know what I
big
mean?
leagues.
Oh, kind of, yeah. So I mean, I was like, please don't make me orange. She's like, don't worry, this is gonna look so natural. And I was like, oh, I trust you. And I literally put my life in her hands. I was like, please don't make me orange. And it came out, it looked super natural.
Yeah, you liked
really,
it? You
I
liked
loved it.
You liked
Yeah,
it?
I
Okay.
loved it so
All right.
much.
Well, as long as you liked it, because I feel like feeling confident is
Yeah.
what gives you confidence,
Exactly.
right? And if
Yeah.
it was whack, you'd be like, oh, I look
Exactly.
fucking
You know,
whack.
I was
like,
feeling myself.
Yeah.
I was good.
it can ruin or it can affect, maybe not ruin, that's too dramatic, but it will affect your performance if you don't feel 100% in your skin.
Exactly.
Which now I need to piggyback off of that, because that's one of the titles I got to bring home. I got to bring home the Miss Sunless Beauty 10.
Yes, she
Oh,
did.
so your tan was perfect?
Yes, she was. She was looking bussin', let me tell you.
You're so sweet. I really don't usually get suntan, so I was the same way. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I actually had a freak accident the night before. This is girl talk, so let's keep it real. I really do like to keep it super real. You know, let's talk about taboo things. And I got my menstruation period.
I'm so
So-
Like
sorry.
the night.
The night
before.
of, like,
Oh,
I got
no.
spray tan, and it was like, bloop, beep. And I'm like, hi.
Oh, no.
And I
Like,
freaked
oh,
out.
Hello there, friend.
Freaked out, called the lady. I was not as calm or giggly. I was like,
Oh, no.
you know,
Poor
she's
thing.
like,
You're like, your
Leave
tan
it.
is running and shit.
yeah, ruined the hotel bed. Like, it was insanity.
Oh.
Yeah. So anyway, she was like, don't worry about it. The next day, I could not believe that it all washed off. It all just like matched, and I did a few pictures with the product, got creative with the product, and that's why I got Miss Sunless Time Beauty. So now I get to be an ambassador. Gracie 30 for a discount, 30% discount.
get that
Okay,
promo
plug.
code.
Go ahead, plug.
I'm gonna put the
Go off,
promo
queen.
code. It'll be in the
That's really-
description,
yeah.
y'all. Be in the description.
Shout out to her, Sunless Beauty Tans. She is the first person to formulate an organic formula, spray tan formula.
Oh,
So
I
she's
think
the
I knew that.
originator in the whole nation.
So no chemicals, as it were, like no, like it's
because
all natural.
it's a better alternative to what they were using.
Before.
Yeah, before.
Oh, okay.
So for
Wow.
spray tans are used for performing artists, you know, like
No,
muscle people.
yeah,
and
no,
it's
yeah.
not something.
My first introduction to spray tanning was when my homegirl was doing like a bodybuilding.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, they like, but I feel like they intend, like it's part of the culture there to intentionally go darker because it defines the muscles more. So like,
Absolutely.
Oh,
So,
that's
like,
what she was. Yeah.
they do it on
she was asking
purpose. So
me.
it's like part of, it's like, oh, it's a bad tan job, but it's like, it's for a purpose, you know? So
Yeah.
it's
She
like,
was asking me when she was spraying me. Oh, is there anywhere you want me to like
contour.
define? Yeah, I was like,
You could do
you're
that.
like, give me,
yeah. I was like,
You could do that.
you're like, give me a 6-pack, please.
exactly. I was like, no, I don't know.
You're like, can I
funny.
get some
Yeah,
biceps?
some muscles, please.
Actually, the jawline.
Oh, I should ask for that. That would have been, or contour your
To make
your
yourself look
cheekbones.
like,
yeah.
yeah.
Damn.
Next-
Next time.
I wonder if that's even possible. It's just
that
being
could
sarcastic.
be.
It's just like, well, you're doing makeup, right? So, I mean, that was when now we've been talking about makeup and presentation, and we're talking about taboo things. You wanted to go taboo.
Yeah.
Was there a lot of plastic surgery at this pageant?
No, not that. Right?
Not that I don't think so.
No.
Everyone.
Or was it just so good you couldn't tell?
It could have been that. No, I
It
don't
could have
know.
been that too. I'm sure. Look, to each his own. I think that it shouldn't be damned. You know, different women need different things for different reasons. Like, for example, I told them that I had jaw surgery. Most of my family was like, "Don't do it, Gracie. What if they botch it? What if?" And I'm like, you know, this hurts so bad. I have arthritis. I'm like, I'm willing to take a risk. So they like took my
But
jaw
that's not
out.
like cosmetic, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
more like a procedure.
Yeah.
Because I had a homie that they had to break his jaw and realign it because his shit was going to grow in all fucked up, you know? So he was like, we could do it now, or you're going to have like... and it changed his whole face structure, like his whole
Wow.
like a handsome man, just changed his whole fucking his whole like profile, like it's because his shit was like fucked up, so like
Yeah.
I understand that, but and then also like people get noses done just because they can't breathe right, they have like some kind of like
deviated septum.
right,
Yeah.
that shit happens, so I understand those.
And then there's some people who genuinely get it done because they feel like they could be better. They get made fun of their whole life because their nose is a little crooked, or
it's big, or it's
big,
fat, or it's
or-
round, or
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
That's
so
you. That's
Yeah,
that's you.
Yeah.
Love that shit.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. You're
But I
the
mean, who are we to tell people?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I have a few friends in my pageant community back home that have gotten, little cosmetic things. And if that makes you feel beautiful, go do it, girl. I mean,
Yeah.
more power to you.
But just know
what
you
I mean?
don't absolutely need it.
You don't need it. No, you don't
And
need
let's
it.
be
But
real.
if you
Sometimes
do
it
it,
looks
if you
bad.
want.
Let's be real. Sometimes it does look
It
bad.
can
right?
sometimes, yeah. Sometimes
So you
it
didn't
does
see
turn
there
out
was
pretty
none of
bad.
that at the pageant this time around.
Nah,
Yeah.
everyone was
No.
everyone looked stunning, beautiful, amazing, like through their person, especially the personalities. Because sometimes, you get into pageants, there's a stereotype, everyone's all catty and
Well,
all
that's what we were
that.
talking about,
Yeah.
like what Miss
Uh-huh.
Congeniality kind of did a
Which is the same
disservice.
system.
Yeah,
Did a
yes.
disservice to like pageants because they made it seem like airhead bimbos who were like competing and now we're
Yeah.
gonna be like emotional, we're friends now, and it's like, okay, that's a cool story arc, but
Uh-huh.
like, is that real life? Like
I honestly, every single girl I met that day was so nice.
They all have something
So
going on.
Yes, and I was so like, I was telling my friend when I came back, I said, I feel more inspired because of these inspirational women that I was just around this past weekend. Like, I'm so inspired because everyone has been, they're doing the damn thing, and I love that. I love seeing women
These
succeed.
women are doing the thing. Like, everyone just has their
Exactly.
thing, and that's what I mean about my highlight. It always is that. It's hard to beat it.
Yeah.
Every single time. Yeah.
so then like why do people compete if they all have a lot going on? Like, what is the purpose?
Each different pageant system has a different purpose. This particular one, the Miss United States pageant, has a gorgeous purpose, and that's that they want to continue to build women with platforms. So each one of this, like, they don't really focus on how tall, lean, how fit you are. They want to see how confident you're in that swimsuit. They want to. There have been women of many different shapes and sizes, colors, ethnic backgrounds. The most diverse, honestly. It's made me. I want to say more Latinas out there, but that's just me. And that's why we do these things, for representation, to represent too. Why did I do it? I did it because. I don't know anyone in Southeast LA that has done pageants. There's like this other girl from Pico Rivera her name is Ruby Janet. She's absolutely gorgeous, and she's done all the the international Latino ones. But in this area no se ve because it's
Expensive?
It's
Yeah.
expensive. There's taboo on it. There's a lot going on, and I feel like it's a time to really jump on the boats that really want to help us grow. And the Miss United States pageant system, no lie, is one of them. The legacy, you see the women and what they've done, and the people from the queens from the past. All right,
They're
They're doing it.
So is it something that you would encourage young people to get into and
Oh,
encourage
yeah.
parents to put their kids into?
Oh, for sure.
100%.
For me personally, I've been doing this since I
Forever.
was 13. Yeah, I mean, essentially, I've been
I
doing
read
this
your post and I was like, God damn,
for a long time. Yeah, I mean, I've been doing this since I was 13, and the best, like I said, like the best part is like meeting new people. That's why I continued to do it. And it's really, I was a really shy kid.
Well, yeah, you said you were shy, and
I was
that
really
you're-
shy back
yeah.
in the day. Like, I have friends from middle school that can attest. Like, honestly, like
And
I
you
was
put
super,
yourself out there through pageantry and shit.
And because of that, my confidence just soared. Like, you guys know me now. Like, could you ever imagine me like not like talking or being shy? Like, you know
No,
what
I
mean?
can't.
Like-
I can't really picture you being shy. Like
Yeah,
the day I met
exactly.
you, you were like so
Well,
out there
yeah.
and like independent and like
I can really like confidently say that pageants is what made me the confident woman that I am today, honestly.
You know what more than anything, it allowed, and not that I would know because I just met her, but what it feels like, she feels authentic.
But did you just meet her?
I definitely feel like I've met
Past life
in a past
shit?
life.
And you know why I knew it? You know what did it for me?
For
You know what
sure.
did it for me? That I knew this girl from another place. The night before we were supposed to check into the hotel, this woman got to ring the bell at the Petco, right?
At the
Petco
Padre
Park
game.
for the Padres game.
Yeah.
Baseball, first of all, has my heart.
You were there?
Okay, she was ringing the bell.
Yeah, I rang
at
the bell.
stadium.
It was fun.
That's tight.
That is so tight. It made me giddy. I'm like, I can't wait to hug this girl. Like, she's just the coolest person ever. So I really do feel like pageantry may or may not have done that for you. If you're saying you were really shy, when we're shy, we're not authentic because we don't have the throat chakra, level for us to do things. And so
Right.
you come through super real.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that, girl, honestly. I try to be just unapologetically myself. You know what I mean? I mean, if some people vibe with me, awesome. Heck yeah, more friends. If some people don't, that's okay too. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm just being myself, and I'm glad it vibes with you guys.
What's that saying about peaches? Like, you could be the juiciest peach on a tree, but there's always going to be someone that doesn't like peaches.
True that, Holmes.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never heard of peaches. I've heard that about all types of other things, not peaches though.
But I get it.
But
I
I
get
understand.
You, yeah.
I understand.
Not everyone's gonna
I like-
vibe with
I
you.
could eat
and
a peach
that's okay.
for hours.
Me too. I should have brought my peaches.
I thought you brought fruta.
I brought watermelon and
It's not cut.
Watermelon?
white.
She got so excited.
Oh, wait, from Costco or what?
Actually, yes.
Because we have some really sweet
We have
watermelons right now,
the
and I was like,
two-pack of the little ones. We
They're
just
really
chopped
sweet.
it up today. But do you want to bring them? Are we gonna? Okay,
Is
we
it-
should wait. We'll wait.
Oh, yeah, should we wait?
I mean,
No, they're
You
too
could-
juicy.
Yeah,
we
We're
got-
gonna be like.
Sorry, listeners.
someone's overwhelmed chick says hi, cuz. Someone has a cousin tuning in.
I can't see.
It's this person right here.
Hi, cuz
don't know
overwhelmed
who that-
chick. If I could
Which one of
say-
these
I don't
people are
know.
your cousin? Oh, is it me? Is it my cousin? It might be my cousin.
It's probably all of our cousins. We're probably Happy Hispanic Heritage Month.
Yes.
guys.
Hence the shirt.
Woo!
Hence the shirt.
Yes.
I saw that. She said it earlier, and then you walked in. I was like, "This girl's on it." Me?
Exactly.
What am I? I got my calavera on.
There, that's right. Well, we are
Okay,
it, you
well-
know. So
Yeah.
even if you didn't put something on, you are it.
I was rocking it.
It's on your skin, right? You're Latina. You're
Yep.
Mexicana.
I
I'm
thought she was a
Mexican.
white girl.
I'm Mexican and Filipino, and I get that all my life, so it's okay.
Nah, you should have said what you said on
What?
behind the scenes
Oh,
about
yeah, hold up. What did I say behind that? I don't remember.
Oh, wait, you know what? Yeah, you. It's Steph, Gracie.
I should have. You know what? I need to start trusting my intuition so much more.
Yeah, you knew. You should have said it. That would have
Yeah.
been so much crazier. You
Yeah.
should have said it. You'd have like, that's Steph for sure.
I was.
Ooh, got goosebumps. Look.
Yeah. It's. I knew it. Hi, Prima. Thank you for logging on.
This is
This
awesome.
girl
Let's see who else is on. Yeah, keep chatting.
is the coolest Prima ever. She taught me all the good music. Like, she put me on just no, like she reinforced the no doubt in me. She reinforced all the like classic rock.
Like,
she went about
I'm just a girl. Yeah. In the
Yes.
world. I used to love singing that.
it was like my rocker,
Felt
my
so
rocker
free,
Prima.
you know? People looking
I love
at me
that
like,
for
what are you
you.
singing? I was like, I'm free, you know? Whatever. Alanis Morissette is my shit. I'm
Have
sorry.
you heard? Oh,
What?
Yeah, that
and isn't
jagged
it
little
ironic?
bit. Yeah, no.
Little too.
Nah, that whole record, I could listen to it straight through, all the way through. So
Mm-hmm.
that intro.
Yeah, yeah.
I love that for you.
That's my shit, bro.
Alanis
That is
Morissette,
my
have you been on? Do you like Alanis Morissette?
Let's name a few more songs. I'm sorry. I'm so
Ironic.
not versed
to
in
be
it.
fair-
Ironic is their shit, and it's also like
I think I knew that. I know
hardcore
that song.
90s, you know? It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
We
yeah.
might be dating ourselves right now, you know? Might be aging, yeah.
I don't like getting old. That's not fun. I don't
I've
wanna think
always
about it.
felt old. I feel like
an old soul or something?
My whole because I have 4 older sisters, so the only reason why I know about Alanis Morissette is
It's 'cause
because
of them.
Maria or
Yeah.
Stephanie put me
Yeah.
on. You
That's
know?
fair. You know, all my music comes from my older people who are into dope music. So yeah, I mean, I think that's everybody's story for a second, right?
You gotta stop judging kids who don't know about music. Like, you don't know what's up. It's like
Yeah.
sorry,
It's
I
like
don't
it was
know.
their parents' fault.
Yeah.
Oh, for real?
It was their-
I know a
Are you-
I wasn't really listening to that when I was younger.
Are you an only child?
No, I have 2 younger sisters.
Oh, but you're the
big
oldest.
sister.
Heck yeah, I put them in check. No, just kidding.
No, but you probably are influencing their music taste. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you would have had an older sibling,
It would have been
they
the
might
other
have
way,
put
yeah.
you onto some of the
True,
shit that
true,
our
true.
older people.
I was
put
listening
around.
to what my parents were listening to, so they were listening to like Tupac and like NWA.
Oh, that's
yeah,
cool.
All that
So you have
stuff.
young parents.
Oh yeah, my mom had me when she was 20.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's but
Yeah.
that makes you
Oh, we're gonna
I'm-
do the math right now. I'm not
What?
good at math.
Calculating.
that fucking
I'm
hangover
20
scene where it's like the
Yeah.
fucking numbers.
Yeah.
and shit. It's
I'm
like-
26. I just turned 26. So my mom had me when she was 20, and so we're about.
now you have young parents. Nice.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like my sister's 42. Your mom could be my sister.
Oh,
Nah.
really? Wow.
My mom's
Now
in
I'm
her
thinking about it,
60s and she was like, no hip hop, don't shave your head, don't wear dicky shorts. People get shot out here. I was like, all right.
Oh no.
Got it.
I was like, for sure, I'm gonna be a rocker. Then. You know, my hair's gonna be crazy, and I think that's why she let me like dye my hair and do all kinds of crazy shit with my hair. She's like, at least this has hair. Because if you
Yeah.
wanted to be bald, that'd
What
be a
should
problem.
I know was that
Like,
the rockers and the cholitos hung out.
True that.
they thought we each thought the other ones were cool. Like, they're like, I wish my family would let me be a rocker.
I have respect for each. This is maybe a tangent topic, but I think it's worth speaking on.
Podcasts
and-
are all about tangents.
For real.
and bullying, because bullying is something that happens as a kid. You have to learn how to push through it. And I made my whole comedy set on that, right? Like, you were there for that.
I was there. That shit was hilarious.
I wish I would have gone to that. I'm so sorry, girl.
We didn't know each other yet.
we weren't tight like that yet.
Yeah, we weren't. Yeah.
We were just
trying to
friends, yeah.
remember. We were
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
remembering our relationship.
Yes. Uh-huh. Yeah.
But I wish I was
Meanwhile,
both.
I was like watching y'all, like, yeah, y'all should be friends.
Crazy, the connector.
I know, for real. Love that.
Is it really? Am I really the connector?
Watch.
Yeah.
Nah, I think you were connected us
Yeah,
more.
I'm more connected.
Because we were already connected on social, but if it wasn't for you, it wouldn't have all came together. You
So
know?
I use that term because there's a maven, there's a connector, and there's like this other term that the tipping point, the book. You guys got to get it. The tipping
Nope.
point.
Not familiar.
Read it. It's very, very, very dope.
The tipping point by who?
Maxwell. Is it John?
You're gonna have to. All right, you're gonna have to.
I'll link it. I'll link it
Yeah,
afterwards.
we need a
I'll
link.
link
It needs to be in the
It's
description
worth it.
for anybody
Everything
listening.
in the description, link in the bio.
Yeah.
Oh, your
Should
cousin
have
said she
seen
wished she
your
would have seen
set.
your set.
I'm thinking about
Dude, your
doing
whole
another
family
one.
was
Do
there.
another one,
That
dude.
shit, and you were saying some fucking ruthless shit that can't be
Was
repeated
I?
right here.
Was that? I think I was being well behaved.
You straight up said, make sure no one records this, and if you do, don't tag certain people. Like, be respectful.
Was she like raunchy? Ooh.
Comedy's comedy. So you gotta know your audience. I definitely wanted to do the cleaner, more.
I wouldn't say raunchy. I would say raw.
Oh, okay.
It was very like, oh, this is who I am. This is where I'm from. This is what it is. This is why I'm here.
It was very Cardi B real.
Yes. And you know what's
with the-
funny? Cardi B is the one who I got that unapologetically herself, because I always say that about her. I love Cardi. She's unapologetically
I
herself.
was one
I
of
love
the
it.
first 10,000 followers.
Go off, queen.
I was
Heck
betting.
yes.
I was betting on this
That's my
woman to
girl.
make it because she was just so heart forward.
That's
so
what I got
heart
from her personality too. She's just herself, and I love it.
And do you feel can you say? And I guess this might be not an appropriate question, but can you say like a lot of the people that you met through this pageantry are like that, unapologetically themselves, or are there some that do fit that stereotype that are like stuck in this like beauty?
Well, you
and
meet
fucking,
women in
like-
different places in their life. Everyone's
Like
going
they're on a journey. They're on a
everyone's on
journey.
a different
They're on a
journey.
journey,
Like on a, we are all on a
right,
journey.
right,
you know.
right. So maybe it started off like that, and then
Yeah.
like through it, they learn like, oh, there's more to than being beautiful, or
Yeah.
something like
Well,
that.
you know what's funny is this was the first big like
Please
pageant.
talking to the mic.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I apologize, Ryan.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
sorry,
no.
sorry.
It's
Shneaky,
just,
sorry.
I'm like, fuck, come on.
Sorry.
Later on, I'm gonna edit and be like, this has to go loud. This has to go low. This has
Okay,
to go
okay.
loud. This has to go low.
Lo
This has to go loud.
siento.
This
Lo
has to go low.
siento. Okay. This is the biggest like this pageant organization is like the biggest pageant organization I've like participated in. I've only done like local things in my like local town. Like so San Diego, it's huge. And there's like little like cities like off like like El Cajon because I was Miss El Cajon, like it's like Santee, all those like random cities around.
I guess like a regional.
Like like but it's like not associated.
Is Escondido technically SD or is that
I guess it
is it? I don't know. I'm asking.
It's like north
yeah.
County kind of. Yes.
Oceanside,
technically yes.
Oceanside, San Diego.
Technically,
Like-
yeah, I guess. But I don't want to get into that. I'm not trying to start a new beef with Oceanside people.
Girl said beef. Like,
Just kidding. San Diego, I represent them all. Love them all.
Yes.
No, but I don't know how it is. I didn't know how it was in like bigger organizations because I've only experienced girls in my small organization.
Regional, it's like regional.
Exactly, yeah. So but they're not associated with like USA or America or United States. They're just
They're
like
all
local.
independent.
They're independent, yeah. So I don't know. Some
So there's like levels, like there's like amateurs and there's like pro and like
Yeah,
there's like
kind-
B league,
kinda.
A league, like major leagues.
I was on the novice team.
I mean, you gotta start off somewhere, right? Like
Exactly,
before
yeah.
you go pro, like as a boxer, like
Exactly.
you start off like amateur, you go to the Olympics, and then like you go pro, and then like that's a whole other thing, right? Is that kind of how this is? Like,
Again, it
there's
goes
like
back to
amateur
purpose.
level, like
Yeah.
It's not. I don't know if I'd call it amateur as much as I would call it back to the platform. What the purpose is. Like this is my 4th participation, and this is also the biggest one I've done. I've never done national competitions. I had never.
but nationals coming up, right?
Nationals in
Next month.
October. Yeah. So this is my first
National,
nationals.
all right, okay.
So it's in this organization, you start regional. So you could do like Miss West Coast, right? Because there's a director that owns that franchise. And then Tara.
Yeah.
We love Tara.
She asked
What's
me.
up,
She asked me if I
Tara?
was. She asked me if I was interested in doing that next year. I'm thinking about it.
Miss West Coast?
Yeah.
You should.
Did you
We'll
just
see.
announce that here for the first time?
Do
I
it.
don't know.
Do
We'll
it.
see. We'll
Tara
see. No, look.
is an amazing
Homegirl said she
director.
couldn't find evidence 'cause
No
you
wonder I can't find evidence of that night. Well,
Mission accomplished.
Good.
I just, I'm learning the systems, so I want to be mindful,
about-
just
yeah.
mindful, because this particular system, and that's another thing when you join a pageant, you definitely want to be a good role model. You know what I mean? So.
Well, I mean, you're telling young people to get into it, right? That means their
Yeah.
parents are gonna go and look up
Yeah.
who are
Yeah,
these past
exactly.
people, who's involved,
Yeah.
who would my kids be surrounded by? Are
Who-
these
Yeah.
people I want my?
Exactly.
This is a friend group that I want my kids
There's a
to
time
have.
and a
you know?
place for everything. And I just happen to be a real hilarious girl from Southeast LA who knows how to when and where to do certain things. You know what I mean? Comedy looks like it's something I'm gonna pursue.
A word. Did
yeah.
you announcing
Go
that
ahead.
here?
A lot of announcements
I
going
am.
on. Woo!
It felt
R&R coming with all
natural.
the fucking announcements. That's
Not
right.
the
You miss
announcements.
these fucking shows, these live streams. You don't hear the fucking latest, homie. You don't hear the latest.
It's the announcements for me.
Comedy
don't
is a good
understand.
medium to talk about tough subjects.
Oh yeah.
And that's why I fell in love with it.
Well, my
that
friends
night.
get comfortable here and they just start saying shit like, "I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do
Yeah,
that."
right.
And
You
then I
bring
gotta,
it
I
out.
gotta hold them accountable.
You're like,
Yeah.
dang it, why
I
did
got
I
that
say
video.
that?
I'm gonna post it like to promo. Like you're gonna do comedy now, right? Like,
Yes.
No, yeah.
Yes. We may do the Hound Bar. I want to talk to the Hound Bar because they're starting comedy nights, and I want to bring Big Chillin'. Big Chillin' is really the people that back me up.
Big
Thank
Chillin'.
you, Big Chillin'.
Well, we got to bring Big Chillin' to Border
To
X.
Border X,
You know
too.
what? He said he's working on other projects and that he'll get to me when he gets to me. And you know what? I usually tell that to people, so I feel like, okay, cool, I understand. Now that's how that feels. That's how that feels. when people tell you they got other projects. I'm like, all right, that's cool. I understand.
Yeah.
Power to you, my brother. Do all the projects. All the projects.
It's coming. I think it's gonna be October because we wanted to host them at our house, and that we were looking at each other's schedules, and we're like, okay, let's worry about what we have going on first, and it looks like maybe we'll have a Halloween thing.
Oh, Halloween's hard, though. So many people do Halloween, you know.
Halloween comedy though.
Ooh.
You know,
You know what though? You were speaking about comedy, and not to get all serious, but I was listening to another podcast, and they were like comedians, and there was like some like science or data that says like when you're making people laugh, they're actually more susceptible to other ideas than like if you were to just try to have a debate with someone like, hey, here are these concepts. Have you ever thought about that? They'd be like, no. But if they're laughing, you're like, ha, you ever thought about socialism? Ha, ha. They're like, well, now that you say that, maybe
a couple of times.
Maybe I have thought about the fire department.
And that, yes, and that justifies what I said, that it's a good medium to talk about tough subjects. You know, so that we're not choosing this duality. We're not choosing this right or wrong, or like it's a conversation that we happen to be building some serotonin while we're doing it, you know, instead of heat.
No, and I think in that same episode I was listening to, there was the major conversation was around like diversity in comedy, and like who are the people who get the headlining shows at the big clubs, and it's usually like white dudes or dudes in general, you know? Like diversity means like, oh, we have an Indian dude and a fucking Middle Eastern dude, and there's a black dude and there's a white dude. That's diverse, right? But it's like there's not like that space for, which is why that women's night was that you were part of was tight, right? It's like where when you're thinking about diversity, how do you like let's just open it more than just color of the skin and where people come from, right? You know, like there's like trans and non-binary and queer and gay and lesbian. There's like men and women and people who don't give a fuck about men or women, and they're just like, I'm something else, you know? Like there's this whole spectrum that's not there, you know? So I think it's dope that we're getting another like voice that's not a dude that's from the area, you know? It's like that's tight, because I feel like until these narratives come out, then we're not really like getting the full slice of culture, which is what entertainment and comedy and all the, like art is supposed to be like. Let's show you this like slice of culture, right? And it's like if you're not getting all the perspectives, then you're not getting that full slice, you know?
You, please. We both have something to say about that.
It's so funny. Yes, I totally agree exactly what you mean. Like everybody has like their own story to tell, and you know how people choose to tell that story is like their own in their own creative way, like through comedy, through whatever else it is. Like you just want to get your story out there because you like exactly you want people to see like different parts of like, you know, society. Like this person, what is their life like? What was their life like? And I think I don't know. I don't know. That really resonated with me. I don't know. You're right. You're totally right. It's just like I don't know. You know what I've noticed though. Being part Filipino, so Asian American, I've noticed a lot more Asian comedians coming out, and I'm like, I love to see the Asian representation. I love it. I love it. Like you remember Carly at the pageant? She's so sweet. Love her.
I recognize her. I'm like, I feel like I know you. She's like, you probably saw me.
Yeah. Go ahead.
She's like, really? And I'm like, I feel like I've seen you be a brat before. Have you ever played a brat? And she's like, oh, Law and Order.
She's like, no, I was on Grey's Anatomy.
I'm so sorry.
So girl,
sorry.
She's over here. I was on Grey's Anatomy, and I'm like,
we're both like,
I'm like, where am I? I should not be here.
And I'm like, that's where it's from. You were in the hospital or something. She's like, yeah.
Yeah, but what I found out was I was like, you Filipino? She goes, yeah. And I was like, at the same time, remember I told you, I was like, at the same time, we were like, oh, my Filipina sister. And so it's like, it's so great whenever I see like Asian representation. And so now I've seen it a lot in comedy recently. And I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's unfortunate that there's two things I can say about that. One, I think economically, people are just noticing like there's a lot of Asians in the world, you know, like there's a giant market, you know, unfortunately, like capitalism drives a lot of this shit, right? So while I love it, it's like, why hasn't it happened before? It's because people didn't recognize like Asian markets as like viable consumers, you know?
Exactly.
So like that's weird, but also fucking let's ride this capitalism wave until the fucking shit breaks, you know?
I guess, yeah.
I mean, if that's how if in this day and age where we live, you know, obviously their organizations and their systems, and there's movements that are being built outside of it, but like a lot of the ways that you get things done is by showing it valuable in the capitalist system. Like that's why things are changing a lot now. It's just like because it's viable, like economically, like it's viable. Stop fucking saying that it's not worth it, or like can't spend the money, or you don't want to give these budgets to these folks, because like people will watch that shit and buy that shit and go to watch, like they'll pay to see it. So like just do the thing that people want, you know.
Exactly.
Give the people what they want. God damn it.
Amen.
Or
Amen.
I think what's more powerful too is to not be dependent on these. That as an actress who has seen how, like, I have personally not auditioned because I didn't want to deal with the rejection, but what it taught me was to not wait on the opportunity, to create the opportunity, to start writing, start doing, team up with people that are looking to come up as cinematographers. It's about teaming up and making it happen for yourself. I mean, Shneaky, look at this studio.
It is bussin'.
Right. So
it's having a resurgence. It's had its moment, you know.
So, but right, like you definitely put the elbow to grease, or whatever that saying is.
Oh no, yeah, no. This space has like the
You have to make it
DNA
happen.
from dozens on dozens of people, you know, that have come in. Like, yeah, like I kind of wish that this was a movie and you can see like the time lapse. So we could just show it, like, of all the things that this room used to be and how it transformed, and like, you know, it used to be like the kid rec room and the adult fucking like party room, and then like it became my brother's bedroom, and then like it became a studio, and then it became like, you know, the live room of a 2-part studio, and then like, you know, it became storage, and like there's just it's had its whole life. Like this space has had its own like life, you know. And that's why I was burning sage earlier. Like I spent all day cleaning it up for us because I knew we were gonna be kicking it in here, and also like I've been spending more time in here. Like the space is just like having it's calling out, you know, to be used again. Like, so I was like, you know what? Let's imbue some energy here.
Yeah.
Let's bring dope people. We'll sage it up. You know, we'll christen it, and yeah. Thank you. The space is dope.
Thank you.
I
y'all
love
for
it.
being
Yeah.
here.
Thank you so much.
This is like the first style of this podcast, like this version.
Oh,
Y'all
really?
are the first like that I've done like this.
Are we announcing that? But yeah, to bring it back to the whole seeing these roles and seeing Asians and Latinos being represented, I think it goes again back to authenticity. There's more people stepping into that like, oh, I can do that.
Owning it, owning themselves, and
Owning
owning their narrative, and saying, "Fuck, I can write that, I
Yeah.
can play that,
It's
I can
kind of
make
systemic.
that."
Yeah, it's kind of systemic when we keep saying, you know, to my fellow brother and sisters, you know, my white friends. It's like, damn, I was born this generation. I didn't ask for this life. I was born this way, you know.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
so
yeah.
to me, I see them practicing more mindfulness, and because I can't help but connect confidence and DNA. You know, they have more confidence because. I mean, let's face it, when they came onto this land, they had to come with confidence. So I still feel like that's embedded in their blood. And then for us, as people who migrated, that's really early, as recent in our DNA.
It's like eyes low,
Eyes
keep your head
low.
low.
It's
like,
kinda
don't look
systemic.
people in the eye.
I see what you mean. I see
You
what
know,
you mean.
so,
Be humble. Don't try to take too much space.
Okay, yeah,
Like, don't
yeah,
step on
yeah,
anybody's
So,
toes.
yeah,
don't
yeah, yeah.
Be
don't rock the
careful.
boat.
Yeah, don't rock the boat.
You know,
Todo eso.
if people say things to you, just take it. Don't argue back. Don't stand up for yourself. Don't cause a ruckus. Don't be difficult.
When that
Like,
happened, I don't know, but I no longer want to subscribe as that.
Yeah.
So I feel that's why it's important to just show up as your full potential self. Be a good-hearted person. Put in the work. Don't stop working, and don't stop being be good to yourself and others. And that is really what's going to show, and it's going to break this systemic racism that's happening. Playing the victim card too is also counterproductive. Is the word?
Yeah, that's the word. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead. You were going to say something.
I was gonna say, it's just to tie it back to like everybody has their own story. You know, being somebody who's biracial, you know, I'm Mexican and Filipino, but I mean, I look white. I'm super pale. I look like
White passing as fuck.
Exactly. And so growing up, you know, I'm taught like this is my culture, but I look a different way. So I had a lot of identity issues growing up because I feels like I didn't fit into this group because I looked like this, or like people would see me less as Mexican or less Filipino because I don't speak the languages, So that's why it kind of like I'm like, okay, well, where do I fit in? Because I mean, I don't really exactly, and I'm very proud of my heritage, my cultures. Like I love both. Like I mean, Filipino food, Mexican food, they're one and the same, honestly. I mean, they're just both so good.
They're homey. They're also homey.
Exactly. Well, they were both conquered by Spain, but that's another story.
Yeah, that's why it's similar. That's why it's
exactly,
similar.
Exactly. But like, so
yeah. See what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's why they're similar.
Exactly.
That's why I always be like, oh, y'all are just like the Mexicans of the sea.
I say that. I'm like, yeah,
it's like we're both conquered folks by these.
Well, the number system.
They brought Catholicism. They brought all that shit.
Exactly. The number system, 1, 2, 3, is the same thing in Tagalog as it is in Spanish. Same. 1, 2, 3.
Sang baksak.
Yeah.
What is that?
It's I actually don't remember what it means. This is fucked up. No.
Oh no.
But it's actually like a revolutionary like call.
Statement.
Yeah.
Oh, in Tagalog.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like sang baksak. Well,
You learned that in San Diego?
Nah.
There's a lot of Filipinos in San Diego.
Nah, before. I learned that at Communities for a Better Environment, CBE. Though Daryl Molina. Yeah.
Love that.
Okay,
Yeah.
revolutionary.
Once upon a time, before I was co-opted by the capitalist agenda, before I started falling in love with gold.
For sure. He's Rage Against the Machine. I know he has that album somewhere around here. And hype him up. He'd listen to it on the way wherever he's
Immortal
going.
Technique sometimes in the morning just to be like.
Technique. Dancing with the Devil. Love that.
Nah. That one's too much. It's like he has more like revolutionary shit, like crossing the boundary or like point of no return.
That's the one that got
point
really
of no
famous.
return. I can never. Yeah. It sucks though because that fool was like that.
So much more.
That's
so
like
much
the
more
worst
depth.
song by
He
him.
has-
That's like his
because-
worst song.
Because it kind of stereotypes, back to the same story again and again of what.
Yeah, he fit into this that was like that gore shock value. That was the track that was like, oh my god, listen to him talk about this thing that's your platform, and it's just like, it's like it's gory and it's graphic and it makes at the end, what, and it's like, dude, like it's like that people feed on that like negative shit.
I get offended when I get. And that's why I have to make it funny now because that's how I make peace with it. But anytime I see serious roles where they want to cast as a chola, I'm like, why are you guys so in love with this chola scene? This was like survival.
Yeah.
Like, why don't you guys story tell it and show the love side of it, of the survival side of stuff?
One of my favorite movies is Mi Vida Loca. You seen that one?
No, I'll watch it tonight, girl.
Mi Vida Loca, girl. That's authentic, raw. You know what I'm talking about, that movie. It's one of my favorite movies, Mi Vida Loca.
That's
so
one of those
good.
like indie foreign.
Yeah, And they shot it over at Echo Park.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Pretty.
it's so good.
Yeah.
So good.
I mean, again, capitalism, right? Like that people buy that shit. People want to be chola so bad, They don't even need
There's
to.
a whole town in Japan.
Yes. Oh my god. But you know what? I like it. I'm like, okay, I love that you love that. They
What's it called? What's it called? Doesn't it have like a name? It's called
I forget. Let's type
you know
that
what?
after.
I'm gonna stop.
Yeah.
I'm doing enough
don't-
translations. I'm not a linguist.
You're not a
I'm over here doing all kinds of.
But my salutes to them.
Please
Thank you for
trilingual.
writing with us. I love that.
Yeah, I love it. See, there's a line between appropriating and appreciating, and they really do appreciate it, which is what I like.
They know
I
that.
love that.
They got
I love
that.
that.
They got that geisha experience. They know what's up.
they-
Yeah, I mean, like, you know what? I will say I've been in a quinceañera where I wore a kimono.
Really?
I mean, it wasn't her fault, probably, because that's what the quinceañera wanted, right?
Was it like
really
a
cute.
blended family or something, or she just wanted?
She just
someone
wanted
She just
kimonos for
wanted-
sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She's
Okay.
like,
Super Mexican.
yeah,
Oh,
she
okay.
just
But
wanted
they looked-
kimonos. Just wanted kimonos. Yeah.
Okay, go off.
She
Queen.
thought they were cute,
You know what? They are cute.
And we were 14, and
didn't know
we
better,
were,
yeah.
it wasn't a
'Cause
costume for
she
us.
didn't-
It was
Yeah.
an elegant 15.
Yeah, and
you know.
you didn't dance to no Japanese music or nothing, like.
Yeah.
No,
No.
we danced to
Some Daddy
Secret
Yankee
Away.
or-
No, what's it called? The song, Bittersweet Symphony. This
The
is
Verb?
a bit- we use
The
that as a
Verb.
vals.
The
Dun,
Verb.
dun,
You know they made no
dun,
money
dun.
off that song Because
Why?
that's a copyright infringement of the fucking Beethoven Symphony or whatever the fuck it was. Yeah,
Oh.
they didn't own that as a sample. They
Damn.
made that shit made a shitload of money. They didn't see nothing of it.
Damn.
Yep, and that's why you gotta get your paperwork right. What's the
Amen.
Japanese Chicanas or lowrider or something, I believe.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm telling you, my prima knows everything.
She knows
She's
everything.
the coolest girl ever.
Aw.
She really is, and she has the cutest baby that I haven't been able to meet because life and
Yeah,
COVID.
yeah. So I can't.
All right,
wait
let's
to
bring
see
it
her.
back. Let's bring it back.
Oh yeah,
Let's
we
bring
got
it back.
sidetracked.
Platforms. Were there any really cool platforms that you saw other than your own that we're going to talk about right now? But like from the other folks, from the other participants?
Yeah.
What were some cool ones that stood out?
So I really love that Amanda's the queen.
Yes, she
what
won.
she's doing with autism is powerful.
Yes, she said one of her siblings.
Mic, please.
Oh, sorry. She said one of her siblings has
Mic,
autism.
please.
Stop it! I'm right here, right?
You know what? Move it this way. Move
This
it
way?
towards Gracie. That way you could like look
Oh
at
yeah,
her.
because we moved sideways.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that can help you. Hold on.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Wait,
Hold me
wait,
out
wait.
here.
Look, we'll put it this way and then
Ah,
we'll turn it. That way you can
excellent.
look at her
Excellent.
and still there.
I love
oh
it.
my god, why didn't I think of that sooner?
God.
Yeah.
Should I
'cause-
put this one this way too, so you could, y'all could gaze into each other's eyes?
Who wouldn't want to? Come on. No. She said one of her siblings had autism or is on the spectrum or something.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's what's
Yep.
very personal to her. Love that for her. Like,
And she,
she's
like,
doing good stuff.
yeah,
What is she doing? What's the move? What's her move?
Bringing awareness. She even like is studying it, I believe, and she just devoted her whole vocation to and her existence to understanding autism and normalizing it, like teaching kids at a young age that again, the bullying, it's not okay to bully someone because they're slightly different. So there's these like kids for kids where the teacher can implement it in their daily readings so that they can make the child feel like a part, not like, naturally children are like, because that's how kids are and it's very natural. So she's bringing awareness to how we can teach them from a young age that we're all just learning at a different pace and there's no need to be mean. So I really love that there's that. And she's doing so much more. That was one of them. Elise, the doctor, the eye doctor.
My girl, yes.
She's
oh my gosh, she's
awesome.
killing
Is
it.
an eye doctor?
Yeah,
who was
she
running
got
as a
crowned
miss.
Miss Woman. She's like
Yes.
49.
Miss Woman.
Yes.
No, babe, how old is she? 59.
I think like 55. I don't know. Don't quote me, but somewhere in that region.
She's in her
about to
50s.
be
She's in her
60
50s.
She's about to be 60 because she keeps saying.
She was the one that had her dad and her son there, right?
Yeah.
Funny story. Okay.
Oh, here we go, here
oh
we
my
go.
God. So I'm in the lobby with my family, my dad and my two sisters, and we're just chilling, waiting for the pageant to start, And then this cute little man comes up to us. He goes, "Hey, I have some pizza. My grandson bought too much. Do you want some?" And me and my sisters are like, "Yes." It was
Yeah,
from
yeah,
BJ's. Their pizza's so good. So I was like, "Heck yeah, I do."
Oh
and so
my
I
God.
sat with him. He's like, "Here, this is my grandson." He's like, "Hi," her son. And so I'm like, "Hey, what's up? Like, who are you here to see?" And then he told me, and then I was like, "Oh," and then I put two and two together. I was like, "Oh, yes, okay, cool." And so I told her backstage, I went, "I met your dad and your son. He offered me pizza." She goes, "That sounds like my dad."
She is just super awesome.
Yes.
She's an optometrist. She has,
Yes,
yeah,
correct.
this is her. And she like sponsored us with like these cool iPad things to remove your makeup that are like moisturizing. I love them. Don't.
Don't
Oh, wow.
No, you
Here
know
we
what?
go.
It has to be. It has to be her.
Here we go. Here we go.
But anywho, she's super awesome. And there's Dulce. Dulce, she moved on as Miss Nevada. She's our Miss Woman Nevada.
Oh,
So they're both
yes,
competing
yes,
for the
yes.
same title essentially
Yes.
right now. One
Wait,
is
she's
from
Nevada and
California.
you're Nevada? How does that work?
So each state has a team.
Oh, there's multiple.
Remember there was levels? So
Different
there's
age
regional,
groups.
there's different age groups. That's why the pageant was so long. And it's so actually going to be about a few days this time around. It's like from October 4th to October 9th.
I know, I got to book that week. Vegas. Are you going to be there?
I would love to, but I don't know if I will be able to get time off work. But what was the date again?
It's during the week. I like
Is it a Tuesday or Wednesday?
Tuesday.
We'll talk off air. Maybe we could split a room or something.
Dude, I kid you not.
We'll
this
bring the
is so
photographer
weird.
with us. It'd be sick.
Preliminaries
And then
are
we'll party in Vegas.
You heard it here, folks.
Oh shit, we just
just
announced
announced
something
it.
else.
What was it?
All the exclusives.
It's so
All the
crazy.
exclusives.
Preliminaries are on Tuesday. Finals are on Wednesday. Black tie event Thursday. So the one that you want your family there, friends for, is Tuesday.
Tuesday and Wednesday.
Preliminaries, yeah, because that day you'll see us all compete, and then Wednesday, top 10 are gonna compete. We'll all perform. They'll all see
Yeah, yeah,
us,
all-
but
yeah.
top 10 are already determined, and then they'll know the winners that night, but
Yeah.
they won't announce them till Thursday.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
We'll talk after.
Yeah, we'll talk after.
Figure it out.
Yeah,
But talking about
So
platforms,
it's only a 45-minute flight.
I know, for real. I'm not trying to do that drive.
yeah,
No.
Sure.
Yeah, so that's like the whole other point of the pageants, right? Is platforms.
the platforms, yeah, and I'm still continuing on. This is my vocation. This is where I'm. Like, what is he throwing up? The W.
Gang. Yeah,
W
water
f-
gang.
Water.
Yeah,
gang.
water is where it's at for me, and
This is not West Side. This is Spirit Water. What?
Not the spirit water.
Spirit Water. No.
yeah,
All right, I'm cheesy. All right.
always.
Bring me another one, sir. I'm getting cheesier by the minute.
He needs the real spirit water.
I mean, wait, you have some mescal?
Oh, I
That's the real Spirit Water.
I did bring you
Some
mezcal
mezcal?
for you guys because
Because you're not drinking.
I gave up alcohol for 4 months.
Oh, and what did your homegirl say? These people with so much integrity. Oh my God. I'm like, ugh. I want to throw up on your integrity. Bleh.
Ooh,
The homegirl that used to have the store, what's her name? Lauren?
Uh-huh.
Lauren. She was like, we're all doing this thing, so much integrity. I was like, ugh.
Like, hand me another beer,
I was
please.
like, more drinks for Shneaky.
funny. You guys want to know a funny story? So in Costa Rica, which I just got back from 2.5, 3 weeks ago.
Super casual. Just got back from Costa Rica, whatever, you know. It's all good.
Yeah, you
Living
know,
it.
it's
Have her
it's
life.
okay.
Living
You guys can have
paradise.
it.
Living in paradise.
It's absolutely possible. It's all about planning, you know. So this was something.
I thought she was going to say it's free, but she didn't. It's
You can.
totally possible.
if
It's
you
absolutely
want it,
free. Like,
if you want it to be free, figure out how to make it free.
Amen,
There's a
amen.
way.
get that sponsorship.
Yeah,
Hey.
girl.
If there's a will, there's a way.
Exactly.
All right, side tangent. You know who Casey Neistat is?
Oh, yeah.
No.
So like he got paid. They told him to shoot a Nike commercial, and he basically the budget and just traveled everywhere. And like he had the Nikes with him in all these different countries and shit. Like he shot this super dope fucking video of like Nike's traveling all over the world, and like he got paid to
He got
go.
paid
yeah.
to go travel and just shoot little footage of him walking in his Nikes.
Yep.
Love that for him.
Yeah, because then that's how you figure shit out sometimes
For
to do it for
real,
free.
yeah,
You know?
hey.
Don't even do it for free, get paid. You know.
Well,
For real.
because marketing is essentially free now through apps like Instagram and TikTok and stuff. So that is a really cool way to get creative to use your strengths, right? Like we have a photographer here, we have a podcast musician.
Oh, we have a photographer here.
Of course,
off-
I bring her
She's
everywhere
off
I
camera.
go.
She's
Come
off
on.
camera.
That's my.
As most photographers are.
Maybe we'll throw in like a little commercial and we'll
Yeah,
bring her
yeah,
on
yeah.
real quick and then we can talk about Chula Vista.
Yeah.
Oh,
there we go.
Yes, my area. I was born in Chula Vista, actually.
Chula Vista's pretty far south.
Yeah, it's like really
Pretty
close
far
to the
south.
border.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right next to Border X. Shout
Yeah.
out Border X.
Love
There's
that.
another one out there.
That's where they started in Barrio Logan.
So what brought him to Bell?
Bell had like the next largest concentration of Latino demographic that they were looking for, like in their age range with their salary. Yeah. They were like, I think, if I remember correctly, it was either like here or Riverside, you know? They were like, we're going to do here, we're going to do Riverside, here, we're going to do Riverside. And like,
Are the owners Latino?
yeah, Mexicans
Good.
from Sinaloa.
Now I want to meet them.
You haven't met them?
Are they cool?
They're cool.
I've never been there once.
Honestly,
because-
the only reason why I put up with all their shit is because they're cool, man. Like, if they weren't cool, I would have been gone. I'd been like, man, fuck this shit. you know? Sorry, David, if you're listening, I love you, bro. Like, it's been awesome. Been awesome. But, you know, you can't deny. Can't deny what I'm talking about. There's some shit afoot. But it's cool. We're getting through it as a team because they're cool. And that's why I put up with it, because, like, we're fucking going to make it better, you know?
You got to choose your hard.
Hey, man.
You choose your hard, right?
Anywhere I go, I try to make shit better. That's all I'm trying to do.
And you really do know how to do that.
That's all I'm trying to do.
Amen.
So, like, they need to be better. So I'm going to be there until they're better. And I can be like, yeah, y'all are good now. You know? It's cool, though. It's cool. I love managing a brewery in Bell that makes fucking Mexican beer. Like, that's tight. Like, come on. Look at all those intersections.
Yeah.
I love that.
That used to be a bakery. I grew up in Bell. I know Bell like the back of my hand.
That shit used to be an empty building is what it used to be. For like 10 years. It was an empty building.
But it was tied to where the skate park used to be the bakery, actually, right? They used to make, you know, guys, those old school sweet Hot Pocket looking things that came in like cherry flavor, lime flavor. It was like a empanada with jelly inside of
Like
it.
a pastry?
The pastry. They're
I think
like
I should go
old school. I forgot the name of the brand, but that's another thing I want to tag because it takes me way back in the mornings. When we would drive the whole block, would smell like sweet bakery goods. And that's
No,
what
it smells like Farmer John.
No,
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Not in that
Unless it's
town.
like 3
But now
a.m.
it's-
in the morning. you
now
know.
it smells like barrels of beer.
It smells like oatmeal. Let me tell you something. Like when these foods are brewing, it smells like oatmeal. It's like
Really?
hot oatmeal air. It's like if the air had oatmeal in it and it was hot.
I gotta go meet them. I'm excited to meet them.
Yeah. If all goes according to plan, they'll be there on Saturday. So.
Oh, let's talk about Saturday.
Also, you're introducing
Platform.
the Latina Arts Foundation performances I have all the time, so I'll give you that.
Oh, that's
Remind me to do that.
so cool.
Woohoo!
Yeah. You want to talk about Saturday, or do you want to talk about water? Because that was my next thing. Because we're talking about platforms, and we're going to talk about water, and then we're going to give a trigger warning, and then we're going to talk about Bree's platform, and then we could talk about Saturday. Is that cool?
Yeah, you're
I mean, I want water.
maestro,
Yeah.
please.
No, really, give me the water. No,
Yeah.
no, seriously, water. Talk about water. What did you say at the pageant about water?
So when I got interviewed, right? Because that's when I get the chance to talk to the judges and they get to know me and who am I. And I said, I'm a Renaissance woman. I am so many things.
What were you wearing
in
when you said I'm a
one.
Renaissance woman? Was it that blue dress that you had on, or which one was it?
No, I was wearing a white dress with puffy.
Oh, because it's still puffy. Okay,
Yeah.
because that's like some Renaissance shit. You know,
Oh
puffy.
yeah, I need to get the pictures from the guy I took pictures with, but yeah, it's like this puffy dress that I got in Santiago. Ooh,
Go off.
and
LA is fuck, homie. What's up?
yeah, when she asked me who are you, she just looked at me. She said, "Who are you?" And I was like, "I'm a Renaissance woman." I'm like, I'm a lot of different things. I'm an artist. I'm an activist. I'm a scientist. I am really concerned about humanity and its connection to water, and that's what my mission is that I blend all of my qualities to defend water. Fresh out of high school, which was 11 years ago now, I knew I wanted to be an actress, a theater performer, like performing artist, and I knew I wanted to be an environmental engineer with the focus on water and hydrological.
Hydrological.
Yeah.
Hydrological.
Yeah, I'm over here rapping. No, but like I really wanted to focus
Bars.
on hydrology, hydrology engineering. And so
And that's
when
the
I
study of
went
hydraulics.
hydraulics, yeah, and minor. It's a minor. It's a minor in hydraulics. Hydrogen powered hydraulics. And my counselor just got tired of my switching semesters and it's community college. So she's like, honey, you're not going to transfer out.
Yeah,
if
you
don't
need to
make
do
up your mind."
something.
I had like 90 units done, but they were
But
all
like
scattered.
you had
Yeah,
nothing to
different
like
stuff.
complete all
Yeah,
of those
yeah.
sections.
She's
and
like, right
shit.
now you can transfer with the liberal arts, and I'm
Which is
like,
what everybody got.
Yeah.
That's what I got. Liberal arts degree.
she's like, you
hey.
could transfer out with the liberal arts, and then once you get to the school, And she goes, but even then, you're going to have to make up your mind. You're not going to be able to do both. And I'm like, well, what's the point? And then luckily, shortly after that, because the University
The
of the
narrator
Universe.
comes out. She did both.
Yeah.
Truth was, you could do both.
Yes.
She did both. By the fate of nature.
Heck yeah, she did.
Graciela, I'm speaking in third person now.
You're like Miss Nevada.
Go off.
Because I did that first pageant I did, mind you, network and how it all connects. I did that first pageant. The stage manager, Blanca, shout out to Blanca.
Shout out Blanquita.
Go, girl.
She was like, you know what? I would like to introduce you to Mujeres de la Tierra. They're a non-profit environmental activist group based out of North LA, Cypress Park, right next to Chinatown. So I was like, okay, I go in, and the first time I engaged with them, at the time I was bartending, so she's like, I have a Day of the Dead fundraiser event for my nonprofit. Would you be willing to bartend for me? That means me taking a night where I don't make $300 to $400. So it's a big hit for me because I work nights. And I was like, you know what? I love your movement so much. You educate the community about water conservation, not buying plastic solutions. And then I saw that they had telenovelas in the park. I'm like, what's telenovelas in the park? She goes, you should audition next summer.
I love novelas.
Yes, telenovelas in the park is based on this made-up story of Los Cabezones, the cabezon. If you don't know what cabezon means, that means you're hard-headed. So there's a play on words. They used performance art and comedy again to talk about a really tough subject. And so the cabezon family has a hard time doing everyday things that would make the world better, like not using the car everywhere you go and using the bike and not buying plastic shavers and maybe considering an alternative to shaving or removing hair. Changing things from like a plastic toothbrush to a bamboo toothbrush. All these things that are incorporated in the play, and it's just so funny. There's different scenes, and it's done every summer. I did the charity event. The next year, I inquired about it, booked it, and I've been doing it since for the last 4 seasons, which is like 4 to 5 years. And that's
what you did at the Cella Arts Fest, right?
And that's what I did at the Cella Arts Fest, and that's how I became connected to this man.
Again.
So how life is just...
Oh, other than Novocaine.
Other than Novocaine, yeah. But even at Novocaine, I was still doing the whole pageant stuff, but that was my very first one. It's because I did that first one in 2016 that I am now a full-blown performing artist activist because my worlds met. I had to give up on school, which is something that is still pending for me. The credits, I think, expired this year, so I have to start fresh, all those 90 credits I had.
But you never transferred?
I never transferred because I got the opportunity with Mujeres de la... I started working professionally. I like worked
It's all right. School's not going anywhere.
I went to... I worked at Yale University, guys. Like, when I was there, my friend was like, dude, you made it here without a degree because you kept working every single day towards that mission.
Pretty gangster.
You kept working.
Pretty gangster.
I got to see Meryl Streep's daughter. I got to perform. I got to stay in the Yale... I got to live in Yale for a week, and their theater department apartment complex.
I mean, do you need more than a week? Do you really need more than a week?
Yeah.
And they paid me. I didn't pay them.
Really? Dang.
No,
Remember that thing we were talking about earlier?
What?
Don't do it for free, get paid.
Sure.
Yeah, no. Well, you learn a lot, but that's really...
You learn a lot. Yale. You learn a lot at Yale.
Yeah, she went to Yale.
She's like, I was at Yale.
I learned a lot at
For a
Yale.
week.
I mean,
You don't have to mention that part. Just say, I went to Yale.
No. That's even more gangster. I was like, I was there for a week. Fuck it. That's all I needed.
That's all.
She didn't have nothing on me. I just needed a week
to
there.
go to the next university.
Yeah,
We went to Indianapolis
I
right after.
I had to catch a plane. My bad, I had to catch a plane.
Yeah. No, but life is really funny, and so all along it's just been about water, and again pushing that very common topic, and that's what I want to do on Saturday, is continue that foundation that I built, that relationship that I built with Mujeres de la Tierra just resonated with me so much that I was like, okay, now I need to start my nonprofit because there are so many resources out there, but they're so spread out. I feel like we need a virtual library, and that's where Little Cute Water comes in. That's my nonprofit. Little Cute. You can follow them on Instagram.
So cute.
And
I drink water.
you know what? That may be her voice. You want to give it the voice?
I could do the voice. Water drinker.
I don't know if that's really cute.
No,
I
yeah.
don't know.
You know what? My real voice is cuter. Can she just sound like this?
Yeah.
I love that.
Non-binary.
Yeah, I love that for Little Cute Water.
Yeah.
Her voice is not cute at all. But she's still cute because we don't give a fuck about normal ideas of what cuteness
But you would
is.
make her
Love
cute,
that
like
for us.
kawaii style, because
That's the word.
Kawaii.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
Yeah,
what does that
it's
mean?
cute. It
Cute.
means
But in
cute.
Japanese, right?
Yeah, I believe. Yeah.
So there's something else they put before kawaii. It's oh my God, there's like something kawaii, and it's like that's like that cute chola look, you know?
Oh my God.
I think so. I'm sorry.
My prima said Japanese Chicanas or
Oh,
lowrider
she'll take
something.
the job. She wants the voice job.
I'll take the voice job. You
Oh.
know what?
Hey, that's
Send me
it.
an audition video. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding,
She's
prima.
like, just send me a voicemail of what it would sound like to you.
Yeah, you should. And then I could make a mama drop and a baby drop. And
She
your baby
calls dibs, like-
I call dibs.
You know what, girl? It's yours. I don't want that job anyway.
But I do.
I'll fuck it up.
So what I want it to be is like this little cartoon that interacts with real people and kind of just does explainer videos of like where to find your EWG report, where to find databases, and
Okay, what you just said right now, I don't know if there's any nerds here who watched Loki yet, but it sounds like the little clock, the Miss Minutes.
She probably did.
Miss Minutes, I think it's like Miss Minutes. That's like, except without the evil feel to it, you know?
Haven't seen it.
But she had
No
little
evil.
attitude. Little
Spunk.
attitude.
I like
Spunk.
some spunkiness.
But the spunky's
Some
evil.
tenacity.
But yeah, we'll delete the evil part and we'll just make it like Miss Minutes, but with water. Yeah, I
Yeah.
see it.
Love that for her.
Yeah. And then the ultimate goal is just to get the whole world off of plastic bottled water. No, it's buffering on me. Why?
You need Wi-Fi, girl. Get better Wi-Fi. But didn't we talk about monopolies on the last one? About that wasn't us. About how they're charging us too much. No, that was something else. My bad.
Are you sure? We dabbled a lot.
We dabble. Okay. Water's your platform. Fuck plastic bottles. Do you want to talk about the video real quick? Because I have a couple of points that I read that I saw.
Yeah. Please.
So there's one person in charge of plastic bottles in the whole
Entire
US?
nation, and it's
all
not
the
regulated.
bottles. All the bottles.
Anything that gets produced.
In
So,
one person, that's their job. And they have a bunch of other jobs too, right? It's not like water's their only job.
This is one of the bullet points.
Yeah, it's a bullet point right there. You see my notes? Like, see the bullet point? It has one person. That's what it says.
Yeah.
Tap water is actually in bottled water? I thought it was coming from like springs, that they were putting that shit in the river and like that they were getting the water from the. They didn't put the bottles in the river and get the water like this. They don't go like this and get the
Put in a
water.
water purifying jug and then.
No, they don't do that.
No.
It's tap water.
It's tap water.
Fiji doesn't come from Fiji water.
Fiji
Dasani is just
actually-
like from the tap.
It's Coca-Cola.
Yeah, I don't like Dasani.
Dasani's Coca-Cola. So what do they have? They have additives to make it more addictive. It is the microplastics are leaching, and because only one person is regulating these water bottles,
See the
there's
quotes?
really
That means it's not happening.
quote unquote, yeah, for the people listening back home that didn't see my little bunny.
Yeah,
ear quote,
She quoted, just
I
so you know,
quoted,
there was regulating was in
regulating,
quotations. Yeah.
there
You
is-
gotta say, quote unquote, regulating.
quote unquote, regulating. Your
Regulators.
water bottle can be up to 24 months old.
Wow.
So
I
you're
thought you
telling
said,
me-
2 years. That's what you said, right?
Yeah,
2 years.
2 years is something about because of the plastic. So to me, that's unacceptable. What it sounds like to me, this has become a manufacturing convenience thing as consumers, and ultimately, my platform is much more than water. When people look at me like, okay, what about water?
Yeah.
I'm like, it's consumerism, guys.
Yeah.
Our unconscious consumerism.
Okay, pause, because that's a whole other thing that we don't have enough time to get into, because I got rehearsal in 30. But, water and the fossil fuel industry. You see how she laughed?
Yeah.
She's like,
I remember that part in the
Oh,
video.
yeah, so-
Please explain that a little bit.
well, I mean, they use gas to make the plastic, first of all, right? And then they have to use gas to transport the plastic. So it's like a lot of gas. So it's not eco-friendly at all. Like, oh, save the planet. No, you're not. You're not. You're making it worse, right? Is that's?
Yeah.
Those are my bullet points. What's up?
Yeah, that's.
She just cracked her neck like, let me get in here.
I'm getting stressed. Let me breathe. Actually, let me sip on some water. So, where I come in, it's like we could talk about. I don't like to talk about a problem and not offer a solution. So that's where Mujeres de la Tierra and I have that alignment. I see that they're using telenovelas in the park to talk about an issue, make it funny, but then at the end of the play, you get all these alternatives. So you definitely need to stop buying plastic bottled water. If you own a home, buy a filtration system for your home. Contact me for that. I have this company named Nuvia. I love them. Okay, and then there's if you travel a lot, you live in an apartment, and all you have is access to a restroom sink, then the Kangen machine is the one that I 100% recommend, because out of all the other ionizers, they are recognized for their ISOs. Okay, medical grade device, environmentally recognized internationally, and it meets the requirements that most jets, airplanes, and Rolexes have. It's called ISOs. Look them up. And
Did she say Rolex?
yes,
It's the Rolex for me.
It's the Rolex of water machines.
Yeah, that's what makes a Rolex. It's internationally recognized for how it's manufactured.
Wow.
Right? And
That's why they're expensive as fuck.
and that's why they're expensive. And this is why I really push for Kangen, not so much because it's like, it's network marketing and you guys,
Woo! Sell
we
me
have to
insurance.
we have to start seeing
for America.
Yeah, we have to start seeing things different, because how we spend our money is how we vote. So if you continue to purchase plastic bottled water,
They're gonna keep making those
America's gonna be like, honey, we're making way too much money.
It all goes back to the economics.
Yes, so that's how we take our power back. And so
That's how Rage Against the Machine got. Take the power back.
Yes.
Brought it all back. Brought it all back.
You
It
are
all connects.
hilarious. I love it. He's like sound effect Jody.
I love that.
Well, it's because usually I have like a pad, but
What happened?
I'm in a new studio. Gotta
I
figure that
see.
shit out.
Oh, we're the first ones. I forgot. Thank you. What an honor.
We're
So
learning.
blessed.
But,
So can we wrap up water? Because
That's
we
it.
only have like
Just-
10 more minutes.
yeah.
And I want to give like a super trigger warning to anybody listening. Oh, look, who's that?
Yes, Kangen Gang, baby. Savage.
Yes.
Who are you? Savage.
What's your intuition say?
Savage Ace 18.
Savage Ace. Who is Savage Ace?
Not me.
Alex? Baby G Grace.
Oh, Baby G, Linwood.
What's
Linwood in the house.
up?
Linwood in the
Yeah.
house.
What's up,
Hi,
girl?
Grace. What's up? She has been a ride or die. I have a gift for you, so swing by soon. Or
Oh,
let's
she's
meet
like
up.
right down the street.
Love that.
But I
Y'all-
live in La Habra Heights.
Y'all should meet up at Novocaine after. Anyway.
Okay.
So trigger warning for anybody listening, now live or in the future. We're about to talk about sexual assault for a few minutes. That is Bree's platform. So if you're sensitive to that, or that you're not comfortable hearing conversations about this topic, tune out. And it's going to be our last conversation, so we'll see you next time. And thank you for listening. And we super appreciate you, and we love y'all. And Bree, why was this topic so important to you?
Yeah. Well, I started thinking, I said, what do I want to advocate for? And what is something near and dear to my heart? And unfortunately, this is something that I have gone through myself, sexual assault. And, it took me so long to come to terms with what had happened to me. And the fact that I didn't really tell anybody because I thought nobody was going to believe me, that's what made me really want to be like, you know what? No. Why would I lie about something like this, So I put my story out there just to let other people know that it's okay. You can tell people we're going to believe you, That was my biggest thing. I was like, nobody's going to believe me, so why even bother talking about it? But it definitely is a conversation we need to talk about. 1 in 6 women in America will have experienced being either almost sexually assaulted or have been sexually assaulted themselves. 1 out of 6 women in America. Like, what? I don't know. That number is way too large for me. I don't know. It's just unfortunate, and what we need to do is just offer our support to people who have gone through this, That's what I try to do. I firmly want to let every victim, or not victim, no, survivor. We're all survivors here. I mean, I want you to know that there are people who are going to believe you, and I'll be one of them. That's what I really wish somebody had told me when, it's a burden to carry this secret with you for such a long time. And when you finally open up about it, of course you're going to be met with, how do we know that you're not lying about that? You know what I mean? So you it's a very vulnerable thing to talk about, and I think we should really normalize talking about it, because unfortunately it happens more often than we think.
No, and I mean, and not just in the traditional like man women, but also like against children. You know,
Yeah.
super common.
Unfortunately,
Super common. Like
Yeah.
I know so many people who as kids, right? And like when you're young, it's even harder to speak about things, you know, because
Yeah,
you're even
exactly.
more like
Susceptible
confused and unsure, and you know, like you don't really know how the world works.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
These are people who you trust and who are in
Exactly.
positions of confidence, authority, and
Yeah.
So I mean, even like those conversations need to be normalized as well, because
Yeah,
I know
definitely.
that's like then that I feel like that it's all like cyclical, right? Like
Exactly.
it happens when you're young, and then these people grow up to become, you know, and these are the folks who, you know, don't understand boundaries and don't
Exactly,
understand
yeah.
like normal, because you know they're themselves, you know, part of
They-
this cycle of violence. You know, so.
Exactly, yeah. And another thing that's really like this happens to people like that, like it happens to people. Sorry, it's kind of emotional.
No,
thing.
dude,
it's
take your
it's
time,
more
yeah.
more often not. It's somebody you know, somebody you're
Right.
close to. It's not just some random person.
It's not the dude
coming-
jumping out of the bushes
It's
and
not
shit,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
cuckoo, like, hey, I'm gonna get you,
Yeah.
you know, like, no. It's usually somebody you know,
It's
and
the
somebody
friend or
exactly.
the cousin or
Some-
the uncle or the
Exactly.
sister's boyfriend.
And
or
then
the,
you
yeah.
tell people, and they go, "That could never be that person. They're such a good person. They're such. I always thought that person was so nice." It's like everybody's a different person behind the scenes, you know. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's unfortunate that there are people out there who are afraid to even tell their story because they think people aren't going to believe them. And like I said, I just want everyone to know you can always come to me, tell me your story. I've had a lot of people come out to me and told me thank you for sharing your story. It gives me a lot more confidence, you know, to tell my story, and that's what I do it for. I do it for other people so they know, like, you don't have to be afraid to share something that's happened to you. You know?
No, and it sucks
I mean,
because
yeah,
like
you have a support
society is
system.
also reinforcing the like, because you know people be getting let off with a slap on the wrist, like justice not being served,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
mishandling of the case,
Exactly.
victim shaming, victim blaming, and so it's like, you know, and then you know the media and the content, like the movies and the music. There's so much of this like super machismo, like patriarchal shit that like reinforces like this is how you treat people, and this
Exactly.
is the status quo,
Exactly.
and then you wonder why, you know,
It's
folks
so
don't want to
often.
come out.
It
It's
hap-
like
yeah.
it's like the whole society is telling them that, you know, no one gives a shit.
Yeah,
you know? Like,
they're perpetuating the idea
Yeah.
that, I mean, nobody's gonna believe you, whatever, you know, which is really sad, and that's how I felt for a long time. But now I'm like, you know what? No, this is something that happened to me. This is something that makes me the person who I am today, and you know, I'm gonna share that with people because people need to know that this really is happening more often than not. You know,
Oh, yeah.
I never thought this was something that would happen to me
Yeah.
ever, and then when I had to tell my family, like that was like one of the like hardest things. I said, I'm gonna post this video talking about my experience. I need you guys to know about it before I just put it out there. And it was a really difficult conversation.
yeah, and the fact that
Yeah.
they didn't know until
didn't
you were
tell
ready to
anybody.
post it. Like that's how you did
Mhm.
so much work on your own without your family even knowing. That's intense, right?
I
Because
had
the
a- yeah.
shame and the
I had a few
yeah.
friends I had told, and and my therapist at the time, but nobody really knew. And you know, as soon as I shared my story, I immediately just felt like,
Lighter.
yeah, so much weight had been lifted, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't expect like any legal actions to happen. Like, it's not even about that, you know. It's about just letting people know, like, I see you. I'm going through the same stuff too. I believe you. That's all. I just want people to know.
That. I love that so much because as women, I grew up thinking it was normal. I for the first time in speaking out about this,
On the pod. sorry, I had to. My bad.
since I was 8 years old, it started happening to me, you know? Thanks for sharing. You're not
Thank
alone.
you. Thank you. I
And it is
appreciate
usually a family member or a family extension And it happened over and over again. So that became normal to me. And it wasn't until middle school where they start to teach you about life skills, and high school, and I realized like that's not
okay.
normal.
Not normal. Yeah.
Oh, I'm looking, and then it started transforming into like this anger.
Yeah.
And then only to find out more, it's like this person and this family, and it's just plagued. I felt plagued all around me. I felt like that was my disconnect with my sexuality early on. I also felt that it was used as an attention. It was interesting to see what happened to me as a human who was developing. And now that I'm on the brink of having kids, all I can think of is like, how can I check in with my child without planting a seed, but just letting her or him know, because it happens to both boys and girls, because the plague is sick out there. It's it's so sick out there.
No, and I recently saw like a post on Facebook which was just about that. Like, these are things that you can do with your kid, just like never undress around them, never let never let an older person undress around them ever. Like, teach them it's not okay for older people to undress around you. Like, like privacy, right? Like if, that's not okay. Like, little things like that, like that you just reinforce like this behavior, you know, like
Mommy, like even then, it's so if like for a little girl, right? You teach her, and it's like you have to know how to play.
Sword,
because you want to teach her to grow. Your sexuality is so vital to your manifestation. Beyonce and J-Lo, for example, or Marilyn Monroe, you can call them like attention, whatever, but what they are very centered in, what they are their authentic fire woman feminine selves, right? So when you are robbed from that at a young age, it takes some time to find your authenticity and your voice, you know? So I want to teach my child, boy or girl, your body is important, but there's a time and the time and the place, you know, and
the people that you share it with, right? Like your body's a temple. You can't just let any, like, you know, there has to be some kind of like sacred, you know, like it just. And again, we go back to like entertainment and pop culture, and just like flesh is everywhere, and like, dude, I feel like the little girls that I see walking around now, and the way that they're dressed, I don't know if this just makes me old. I don't know. I feel like the style of dress and
they want to grow up too fast.
It's like it's all like it just doesn't seem. It just seems like it's happening faster and faster, you know. And it's almost like, how do you prepare young people for this sexualized world that they're gonna be exposed to no matter what? Like. If they have a phone, or if their friend has a phone or an iPad with a Wi-Fi connection that doesn't have parental controls, like they have the whole world at their fucking fingertips to learn all the freak shit. You know, it's like that's out there.
Yeah, you're right, and that's another thing is pageants. Like I said, I've met so many amazing like friends and mentors through pageants, and had it not been for my friends and these mentors I've shared this story with, like I don't know how I would have gotten through with it, because you know, they were people who supported me, because of the pageant system, I've met so many amazing people who just like support me, support my platform, support all of this. So that's another thing,
Yeah, and they teach the time and it, like, for example, this is why, again, I like this one, because there's age ranges, like how do you present yourself as a little miss, because you can start as young as 5 years old and go up until however old, you know, but there's different,
and they don't that whole like
stages in your life, you know. They don't expect the little girls to go up there in bathing suits. They want them in sportswear, you know. And
maybe they're not doing makeup, and maybe they don't have like, maybe their hair is not as done up, or you know, because I feel like young people in pageants is, and I again, this might be an injustice done by pop culture and media who like portray it as like this kind of vapid thing,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
even
like
like
toddlers and tiaras.
Yeah, toddlers
it's
and
the
tiaras.
worst. You would not want your kid involved in some shit like that, right? Like that's horrible. It looks horrible. It
There's-
sounds horrible.
There's
like,
different types of pageants.
right. So I think
And
that there's got to be like
I strictly only stay with the scholarship pageants, like those kind of pageants. Those are more like glitz pageants. And if that's your thing, like kudos to you. Those are fun. Like cool, I love that. But I would
So
stick to
there
the
is, like,
scholarship.
a different-
There's different
there
kinds.
is.
There's different
Yeah.
types.
so
yeah.
that stereotype that they're putting out exists, but they choose to focus on that instead of like
Like
the
the
people
good,
with
the
a
good.
purpose and shit.
Yeah.
There's a documentary
exactly.
coming out the week that we're doing the pageant. I know we're running out of time, but
Oh yeah, we should probably wrap up soon.
Yeah.
yeah,
This will be our last thing. Cool.
yeah, and that's
I want to talk about Chula Vista. I want to bring
Yeah.
you back.
Yeah,
we'll
let's
do
do
a
it.
separate
Yes,
one to talk about Chula.
yes,
We'll do
heck
a,
yeah.
we'll do a separate episode to talk about Chula
Yeah, her
Vista.
whole life story. She's interesting.
Wow, just hyped her up so much.
Yeah,
you better
it's really
deliver,
nice.
girl. You better
stories around here, so I'm
deliver. Okay,
eager to listen
last
to.
story, and then we'll wrap up.
Ya se me fue. I already because now I'm interested in.
And then in
Chula Vista.
in Chula in the whoa.
What's going on in
forgot.
Chula
I
Vista?
completely forgot.
So just this is gonna be like that cliffhanger where we tell you that before we jumped on air, I found out that Bree and her photographer have their own studio in Chula Vista. It's a whole photograph. Oh, what's that?
Photography studio.
That's a good way to wrap it up. She said that is why I'm allowing my daughter
Set
to set her
boundaries.
boundaries at an early age. If she doesn't feel like okay
Correct.
hugging someone, that's okay.
Correct. Wait, pause real quick. After I posted my video talking about my experience, one girl who I had done pageants with, she was like a young girl. I've seen her grow up. She reaches out to me. She goes, "Thank you for posting that because of that video, I was able to really talk to my boyfriend about boundaries, setting boundaries, and how I want to be treated." And I'm like, if anything, that's what I did it for.
That's a win. That's a W.
That's it.
And since we're ending on that, Bree and her photographer have a photo studio in Chula Vista.
Yes,
And
yes.
apparently it's going to be the epicenter for all the
Oh.
next wave of
You best
dope
believe.
fucking beauty content and
You-
fucking artistry. So I'm going
You
to bring them
already
back
know.
to talk about that another day. But thank you for tuning in. You can find me at Rec Respect Pod, at Mup Clan, which is right here, at Official Shneaky, at Shneaky ENT, wherever you find me, follow me, like, comment, share. These beautiful people can be found at
Gracie.la_ on Instagram or go to my website vitalascensions.com.
You can find me on Instagram at the Manila Mistress. Manila, like the capital of the Philippines.
and all the links will be in the description, and it will be on YouTube and Spotify and iTunes and all that good shit. So if you're listening to this and you're not watching it, thank you. Shout out to La Clica for putting our audio everywhere. Without all the people that help make this thing possible, things like this wouldn't be possible. So
Exactly.
as always, find your team, support the people who support you, and let's keep building. Until next
Yes.
time.
Woo, woo, woo.
Peace.
Yay!
Double the buckets and double the Dutch. Double it up.
Okay.
Double the buckets and double the Dutch. Double it up.
What is he doing?
Doubling up.
What is we doing?
Doubling up.
What is